Yo, hey guys. This is probably no. I'm gonna go ahead and start jumping into this thing. I am going to talk about my review on this Xbox Live Arcade game. It is Rocketmen Axis of Evil, and the publisher is Comcast. Not Comcast, Capcom. The game developers were Acronym Games. It's 1 to 4 players, co-op, and it features a widescreen 480p, 1080i, and 720p. And its genre is a fantasy adventure, and it's rated T for teen. It's got Xbox Live multiplayer. It's got voice and all the other things. So I'm going to go ahead and start off. Alright, my friends, and welcome to the game Rocketmen Axis of Evil. In this game, you have a witty, to some extent, hero, a smart pilot with a mustache. Yeah, the mustache is important. And the pilot's trigger-happy sidekick / co-pilot. Boy, this is going to be a ride. Alright, the gameplay. Gameplay-wise, Rocketmen does not do a bad job. You have your hero. You can make him a Mercurian, a Venusian, was a person from Venus, or a normal human rebel. Whatever you choose. With customizable stats for your hero: speed, damage to enemies, life points, etc., etc., etc. As well as beefing up your gun's power when you find it in the level. For me, maxed out shotgun. And choosing your secondary weapons, which is like rockets, temporary turrets, stuff like that. There was only one flaw that really ticked me off sometimes, though. You see, there's an A button, and use the A button to turn things on, or open doors, or get items out of these little things. You gotta press the A button on to get them. And sometimes it will not respond until about 4 seconds later, and by that time you don't know if you've finished pressing it, or you need to press the A button some more. And since there's like 50 Martians on there at once, it gets really annoying sometimes to do this A button, because you don't know if you could get half your health taken away just from for trying to free these prisoners or do whatever with the A button. And just for fair warning, the second and third levels gameplay is very repetitive, especially when you're on first player. It's like the same looking wave of enemies are coming every time, just a little farther down the level. And presentation. The presentation is saved by its witty humor throughout the game, because if it tried to be a serious game with those kinds of graphics, it would never be sending out an expansion pack. The developers, for some odd reason, thought playing the cutscenes as comic book strips might make it look cool or something. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Another thing that makes up for the weird graphics is the voice acting. Not a bad job on their part. The only problem is half the time you can't even hear the acting, because the sound dipped from loud to soft all through the game. Just think about me talking like this, and then I go back up, and then I go back down, and then I go back up. You couldn't hear what I'm saying. It'd be annoying, especially with noise with music in the background, which there is music in the background, and noise, and it gets very frustrating. And all I have to say is something about the main music. Dude, the main menu music gets me pumped. Like, I'm gonna beat some Martians up. It's like, it's amazing. And the graphics, alright. Like I said earlier, the cutscene graphics aren't too interesting. Even if I didn't, they're not very interesting at all. I only watch it for the funny stuff, because the humor is I love the humor in this game. But in the in-game, graphics aren't too bad. I mean, by aren't too bad, I mean that it's as smooth as it can be, I guess. It's pretty cool looking enemies, though, throughout the game, so that's pretty good. All in all, there's not much about the graphics that aren't too interesting. I guess they're okay for Xbox Live Arcade, but I've seen much better on Xbox Live Arcade games before. Sound, okay. Before I go on, I'd like you all to know, all you readers, all you listeners, I guess all you readers on the site, to know that the game developers brought this on themselves. The sound in this game is absolutely, positively annoying out of your mind sometimes. Alright, take for instance, something that needs to be walked over and pressed with the action button. If you don't walk over there and press the A button at the place where it wants you to push it, it will emit this demonic ring that can only be compared to the Deal or No Deal ring, except 2 or 3 pitches higher. It gives me a headache. And the worst part is that when you have like 50 Martians on the screen charging you to kill you, you don't have time to walk over there and press the action point and press A and stop that awful ring, because if you did, half your life would be destroyed. I guarantee you that you will hear the same Martian grunt, the same infernal ring, and the same bad guy scream of death, the ah, at least 100 times, maybe not even 1,000, maybe sometimes 1,000 in one playthrough of the game. Ugh. I'm getting a headache right now just thinking about it. Alright, lasting appeal. Well, after I bashed the game, after I bashed some of the key things to making a good game, I bet all you readers are wondering, well, Proud Noel, if some of the key features are lacking, then why are you giving the lasting appeal such a high rating? Well, readers, I'm pretty sure you would call this game a shoot 'em up. And in shoot 'em ups, what is something that made you come back for more every time? I'll answer that question. That one gun that you could get anytime you wanted to, and it could obliterate everyone on the screen. Well, in this game, you can make all of the weapons like that gun. Like I mentioned before, my maxed out shotgun is amazing. It covers one half of the screen just when you shoot it. It's like five machine guns going off at the same time in 5 different directions. It's beautiful. And it's not just a shotgun. Any gun that's maxed out in this game, the laser, the beefed up version of the laser, the Vulcan, this razor blade shooter, any of these can be maxed out and become the ultimate death machine. It'll make you want to know what each of the gun's maxed out abilities are, and once you know, you'll be a one-man army. The same point is true about your guy himself. Everyone wants to know what their guy can do maxed out. I haven't done that yet, but it'll be pretty amazing, take my word for it. Last but not least is the multiplayer. I at first thought the multiplayer wouldn't do much for me because it's just more people doing the same boring missions. It was surprisingly mistaken. I got into my first game and the 3 other had maxed out characters. Just a second, guys. Alright, Nathan, bye! Sorry. We got through the game, first 5 levels in 30 minutes. A feat that would have taken me about 2 hours. I had a blast. Alright, well, I've showed you all the best and the worst of this game. So if you want a game with some laughs and craving for a shoot 'em up with a small price tag, then this might be the game for you. Those who are going to buy it, I tell you, have fun and kick those dumb Martian faces in. So I'm going to give this game I'm going to give it for the XboxNowOnline.com XPO rating. I'm going to give it a 7.3 out of 10. And I'm going to tell you the 5 main things that I talked to y'all about on my speech before. I want to tell y'all about that in the description box, so you can see the presentation, how I rated the presentation, the graphics, the sound, the gameplay, and the lasting appeal. So well, y'all have been cool, and I want to give a shout out to King Majin, I think his name. It's a cool guy, pretty sweet guy, does some video blogs. We got a bunch of people. Just can't think of him right now. But hope you guys have a good day, and look forward to talking to y'all later. All right, see ya.